9:33, everybody. We have a special guest joining us this morning. She's a mixed martial artist and WWE Superstar, one of the most fierce competitors in the ring.
She is impressive.
Yeah.
Very. She's also an outspoken advocate for the LGBTQ community. So please welcome New Jersey's very own Daria Berenato.
New Jersey.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, right over there. Not too far.
Represent.
Yes.
I mean, tell us a little bit about your career. First of all, had you always been interested in wrestling?
Yeah, so it's an interesting path there. I originally started in traditional sports, realized that none of those were going to be my career path necessarily, got into fighting mixed martial arts in Jersey, and then kind of fell into the world of professional wrestling when I loved the world of acting, I loved MMA, and this is kind of like the culmination of both worlds.
I have always been a fan of wrestling, okay? I grew up
Really?
with WWE, and I feel like at the time that I was watching it, it was like, it just was accepting women into the sport, right? And
Yes.
now it's like kind of taken a whole world of its own, and it's really a must-see event. So talk about the evolution, I guess.
Yeah, it's been such an evolution, the women's division. When I was getting in 10 years ago, it was kind of like they were just starting to really focus on the legitimacy of the women.
Yeah.
They wanted athletes, collegiate athletes. They wanted fighters. They wanted women that were going to come in and bring that level of physicality. And so it was kind of unique because I was the first female MMA fighter that they had hired. And so at the tryout, I was kind of looking around at these girls, and there was a lot of like bikini models and fitness models, and I was like, oh, I don't really fit in. I don't know if I belong here. And then it ended up turning into such a cool experience where I got to bring something new to the table.
Yeah.
And now you see a lot of it. You see a lot of women just out there kicking butt. All of us are athletes in some sort of way, so it's really cool.
Yeah.
Can you explain how you come up with your name? Because in the WWE, your name is what?
Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville. How did that come about?
So it's a process different for everybody.
Okay.
You kind of make a list of names, you submit it to creative and the powers that be. They give you a list of names, and you kind of go back and forth until you find something that makes everybody happy. It's actually a funny story. My name was supposed to be NJ Deville at one point, standing for New Jersey Devil, because my MMA fight name was the Jersey Devil.
Oh, nice.
But at the time, I was like, oh, I don't want my first name to be NJ, I don't think. Let's think of something else. And I loved Mortal Kombat, and Sonya Deville it became.
Did you play Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, of course.
And like, you know, the
Like in real
arcade
life?
game version.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was the original classic.
Yeah. And so I want to talk about just you also, because you're the first openly gay female wrestler. You came out on national TV on the show Tough Enough. And
Yes.
Can you talk about that experience and how that kind of has opened the door for others and kind of paved the way for others who are looking at you saying, okay.
Yeah, it was the craziest accident. I was on this reality show, I'm auditioning. They did a portion of the tryout that was like an interview, and it was on camera. And Triple H and all these executives are interviewing you, and they're asking you pretty generic, standard reality show questions, like, are you in a relationship? What do you do for a living, etc. And so my first question just so happened to be, are you in a relationship? And I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and nobody knew. And so I was forced with like this weird, do I lie? Do I tell the truth and out us? And all these emotions going through my mind. And so I told the truth, and I was like, yeah, I have a girlfriend, and got all nervous. And it was a very nerve-wracking moment that I didn't realize in that moment what it was going to turn into. It ended up being an amazing experience that allowed me to accept myself more. And I think through that, hopefully, give other people the confidence to be themselves, whatever that may mean.
And being able to speak your truth
Right.
probably encouraged others to do the same.
Right.
Did you have people that reached out to you and said thank you, or
Yes.
I'm so glad you...
And I was so confused because I was just from a really small town in South Jersey and didn't grow up. I didn't even get on like certain social media platforms till like right before my career. So like I would get like flooded with these tweets and messages, and I was like, what the heck? What did I do? But it's turned into an amazing thing, and that, like I said, was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Back in the ring, what's the toughest part?
Oh, the travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I love wrestling, and I love the physicality, and I love everything about it pretty much. But the travel obviously can get, redundant and a lot.
Yeah, but to maintain, your routine is what for exercise?
Oh, okay. So it's a little sauna every day if I'm home, or if I can find a sauna on the road. And then it's usually 30 to 40 minutes of cardio, and then like a 45-minute weightlifting / high-intensity session. So
And that's 6 days a week?
usually 6 days a week, yes.
Okay. And some might think, I don't have the energy. What would you say to those folks that are like, I'd love to kind of get into something like that, but they just can't get over that hump?
I really don't believe in being motivated all the time. I'm not motivated all the time to do all the things that I need to do. So I feel like discipline has to outweigh motivation, and you just have to tell yourself, like, this is going down today, this is happening today, because the future me will be happy with that decision.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How do you find, I guess, Sonya's the personality, right?
Yes.
And part of the WWE is, besides the ring, there's like the performative side of it.
Yep.
Where you got to smack talk and do all the other stuff, right? So how do you kind of get into that performative mode? And did you kind of foresee that when you were the athlete beforehand? And you know, it's different. It's a different world.
It's very different in that sense. But I grew up the middle of 3 girls.
Yeah.
So there was lots of smack talk in my house.
Yes.
There was lots of fighting and physicality in my house. So I feel like, and being the middle is unique because you learn to like give it and take it.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like well balanced. So I like to say Sonya is kind of a combination of my sisters and me and the dynamic. So when I want to be the bully, I think of older sister. When I want to be, you know, so I kind of just pull from different things, and we all picked on each other. So it's kind of just a culmination of all of my childhood.
Do you think there's anything that people would be surprised at, your fans?
In terms of where I...
Just anything about you that people would be like, oh my gosh, I would have never thought that about her.
Okay, this is weird. Maybe this works. I love playing... Have you ever played Settlers of Catan?
Oh my
we were
gosh,
just talking
the board
about
game?
that.
Stop. Do you like it? Do you like it?
We gotta play.
I've never played.
No way.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that the other day because we had a toy expert in the studio talking about a game that is similar to that for little kids.
Okay.
And the other anchor that was with me filling in that day was saying that he loves that game.
It's the greatest game on the planet.
It's like the longest game ever.
It is long. Well, not when you play with my wife. She will beat you in like 30 minutes flat. And you're like,
awesome.
well, that was not fun.
Right.
But it's the best game. It's like kind of gambling, but like a lot of thought, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so fun.
Oh,
It's
that's a
very
great
good.
fun fact.
I like that you're throwing a little gambling into it too. That's making it fun and interesting, right?
You got to make it fun.
Yeah. Great to have you.
And you can see her as WWE Superstar Sonia Deville on Raw on Monday nights live on Netflix. And Raw will be in New York this March.